right, welcome back to another episode of Bravolebritea Daily. I'm your host, Giorgio from Giorgio Says. And before we get into today's session, if you will, I need you guys to do me a favor. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm new here on YouTube and I'm still growing and learning, so that would help me tremendously. Also, like this video and also hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything that I put up. I post content daily. I'm trying to figure out the right rhythm here. So I'm going to be 100% transparent with you guys. I will do my best to post every single day. My plan is to do an episode every single day, like I've been trying to do, and then also do the interviews and everything like that. So just bear with me. I have a ton of ideas for this channel. I'm just trying to navigate through. If you know me from TikTok, welcome. If you're new here, please share this video, comment down below. I love hearing your guys' thoughts on everything that I bring to you. Okay, we have a ton, not too much, but we have a ton of things kind of happening in the Bravo sphere right now. We have part 3 of the Salt Lake City reunion coming on tonight. I shared on my Instagram stories a little sneak peek of that. Looks like we're kind of getting into the Jen Shah stuff a little bit. I know we're doing a segment with the husbands. We're probably going to continue coming after Lisa Barlow. It seems like that's the theme for this reunion. I've been on a couple podcasts and that question's come up and everyone seems to be in agreement that that's what's going on here. So as you know, we have some new housewives for Salt Lake City that are currently filming with the ladies for season 3. I am doing some digging to kind of piece together what I can find. There's been some posts here and there about the ladies doing different things, so it should be interesting. As I've mentioned before, I think it was on TikTok, I probably mentioned it on here as well, that, you know, now that Jen Shah's trial is being pushed back to July, it looks like production pretty much has her for the full season 3. So I'm sure that's good for them, but I think they were also really hopeful that they would get some of the trial in there for the content, and doesn't look like that's happening. We also know that Mary's not back, which is why we have the, you know, new ladies filming with the group. So it should be interesting to see what the dynamics will be for this season 3. I think there's going to be some structure around bringing Meredith back together with Lisa. It seems that Jen Shah and Meredith have made up from what I can tell. And just recently when Jen Shah posted her merch drop, which I have my own view on that, and I think it's really not a good look right now or ever to try to capitalize on something like this. You know, this is a criminal case and she's got, like, you know, not guilty merch, and I'm not saying she's guilty, but even if she was innocent, to put merch out like that would be kind of distasteful in my eyes. But anyways, so I think that's kind of like where we're going to go. Hopefully we'll get some more out of Heather in season 3, but you know, we'll have to stay tuned. But yeah, so the Salt Lake City reunion concludes tonight on Bravo, so check your local listings. But I now want to move gears because we obviously know that Beverly Hills season 12 has wrapped filming, and with that we know that there's a ton of different things that have happened during the course of filming season 12, stemming all the way back from the very beginning of shooting for season 12. We have Dorit's home being invaded, so we're going to get some of that. Then we have the new housewife Diana Jenkins coming on, so that's an extra new housewife. We have Sheree Zampino joining Garcelle as a friend of. She's Will Smith's ex-wife. What else is going on? There's tons of different storylines. We had the thing with Aspen come up, obviously, with Kathy Hilton, Lisa Rinna coming after Kathy online. There's a ton of things. We lost Lois, Lisa's mother, unfortunately, so I'm sure we're going to see that play out on the season. Now, there has been some speculation as to if this season 12, is going to kind of revolve all around Erica and the Girardi scandal and drama that seems to be ongoing. And Kyle Richards actually just did a little exclusive with People magazine, and she kind of gave us some insight as to what we will, be expecting for the season 12. And just recently also as well, Andy was on Watch What Happens Live and said that the first episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills for season 12 is the best episode 1 he has seen in the whole entire franchise. I think he meant it in all franchises, but I'll give him just like maybe the Beverly Hills franchise. But he says it's pretty epic. So going back to the People exclusive with Kyle, she kind of echoes that, but she does say that there's a lot of different things happening, and that the season would typically pick up where the women are kind of, getting their feet wet again, kind of getting to know each other, where they're at. But she said because of, filming starting so soon after the reunion filmed, I think they only have like a month or 5 weeks in between filming the reunion and starting to film season 12, which is super fast. They obviously kick off with drama. So she said there's a ton of things happening with each of the ladies. And also we see a lighter side to Erica, but she kind of says it in a way that we just need to kind of see what she means by that. So I'm not really quite sure, other than I can say that maybe Erica is kind of giving more of this, like, it is what it is kind of spin to things, and probably just kind of being even more open about how much of a victim she is what I would assume, just based on her attitude thus far. And it looks like we obviously are not. Now, I'm going to just assume here that we're not probably going to touch on this Kathy Hilton Aspen situation, only because in the article in People, Kyle makes a point to say that we're not going to see Kathy too much this upcoming season because she was busy planning Paris Hilton's wedding, which we seem to keep using that as a plug for why she is not going to be on that much. But we also know that she is probably not going to want the stuff aired about Aspen that Lisa's probably going to, try to make a thing on the show. So it'll be interesting to see how production deals with that and what kind of an edit they give her, or if they'll even touch on the whole situation in Aspen at all. So that'll be exciting. I'm assuming we should probably get a trailer probably end of April, beginning of May, and maybe like in beginning of June. I'm just assuming based on the show's running right now. I'm just trying to see realistically what they would do. It could be sooner, it could be a little bit later. I'm thinking the latest it would be was a premiere in June. We should get a June premiere, which is always fun. I love Beverly Hills in the summer season. I think it's absolutely the best. And I'm probably biased because Beverly Hills is my favorite franchise. But I want to move on to another topic that, I think most people are in agreement of, but we're not really talking about it too much or holding this person accountable, at least in my opinion. And that is a post that was just recently surfaced of a screenshot that, and I want to make sure I give this account credit because I saw it this morning and I just was like astounded that, sorry guys, I just want to make sure. And just so you know, guys, I don't really edit stuff out. So I like keeping it true to form as I can. So I'm not going to make this overly produced because I want it to feel kind of like more in the moment. So bear with me. I will get the post. I believe it is on, actually, I'm not sure if I saved the, let me see if I do it this way. There it is. Okay, so sorry that took so long, but it's the Bravo chicks on Instagram. So shout out to the Bravo chicks, but they basically got a screenshot from a dinner receipt from 2016 that Heather and Terry went out And the post, I think some people were kind of confused because the post was quickly deleted, and this was a while ago, so this wasn't recent. But I guess either Terry, I think it was Terry, wrote on the back of the receipt, and it says, "Our waiter was nice, but the service sucked, and the food was not good. Good luck, the DeBros." And the total amount on the bill was $4.79, and they left $100 tip. So the issue here is not that they left a bad tip; they actually left a good tip. But the note is just another example of what others have said about Heather and the way she treats the service. And that could be like the wait staff. And it seems like it's a lot, it's the wait staff predominantly that she's very cold to. And we just recently saw Heather's mom on this past week's episode of Real Housewives of Orange County. And I'm sorry, but like, I would be embarrassed. At that point, first of all, we've just come through, and we're still in a pandemic, and a lot of the wait staff, they've been burned out, and they're still getting their feet acclimated to getting back on the normal grind. And we have people like Heather Dubrow and her mom sitting there, kind of just putting them down. And the fact that that's funny, or I mean, there's just something about it that's humorous to Heather, like, oh, look at my mom. And then it's like, oh, well, I wonder where Heather gets it from. Well, it's like, well, Jeff Lewis has said this about Heather, and Heather has adamantly pretended like that couldn't be the furthest from the truth. But it's things like this, and the receipt, and leaving the note, like, just don't leave a note like that. So that kind of that's something I did want to discuss, because I just feel like we never really talk about it too much. I mean, I know a lot of people love Heather Dubrow, and they're really excited she's back on the OC. But if I'm honest, this season of OC did not deliver at all. And I don't know why they don't seem to like understand that they need to kind of stick to the raw format of how these shows should work. There needs to be some like genuine connections already established between the women on the show. The show is not supposed to be just an ensemble of like different women who don't know each other and are forced to be friends. We've seen that tried before, and it doesn't work. Even when you add a couple of them that don't know any of the other women, and they're just kind of thrown in there, it just makes for a very produced show. And I understand to some level the show is produced, but this show is all about the relationships between the women that have a natural, authentic connection. So I'm not a fan of this season of OC. I know that they just filmed the reunion. I can't imagine how much they could have discussed, because nothing has really happened. If there has been something and I missed it, please let me know down in the comments. But it's not hitting the way it was promised. So I'm a little disappointed, but there's always next season. There's always, a chance for them to go back to the drawing board. I think we need Tamara back. I do. And I think, I don't know. We need something. We need something to change on there. And I just don't think that the current cast is the right mix. But you know what, guys, that's all I have for right now. So I'm going to leave you with those topics. But if you could sound off in the comments below, let me know what your thoughts are on the stories I shared today. And remember that please follow me here on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. If you're not following me on Instagram, it's Giorgio, not Armani, and everything is linked down below for you. I also want to say a big thank you to Amy Phillips, because she recently came on my podcast with Chef Stuart O'Keefe, and they had both collaborated on his book, Cook It, Spill It, Throw It. And it's a parody to The Real Housewives. It's a cookbook of all the famous moments basically turned into recipes. So you must go pick up the book. But shout out to Amy Phillips, because I also had the chance to go on her Sirius XM show on Radio Andy, Reality Checked. So Thank you, Amy, for that. I had an amazing time. I'd never done a live radio show before. That was my first time. So I really enjoyed it and learned so much. So I appreciate that. But until next time, guys, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and have a great rest of your Sunday.